Happy that you guys can join me. And while we're settling in, just think about where you are and then release that or let that go. Start to notice your breath, start to soften your body and just make your way to right now. Make your way to feeling present in your space, present in your physical body, present in your breath. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. So it's really a deliberate act being present. Being present is choosing to release the idea of thinking about other things or being in other places and really just focusing on right here, right now, how you're feeling, what you're noticing. Really, what is your awareness in this moment? And then the best way to bring that awareness to this actual moment is a nice deep inhale through the nose, filling the chest cavity and the belly. And then on the exhale, just softly, gently release here, now. So funny. We create stories in our heads about how we think we can multitask, and we think we are paying attention when our mind wanders off to something else while we're trying to complete a task, but there's no such thing. You're either present or you're not. So find your breath, and your breath will allow you to find your presence. Relaxing the jaw, softening the muscles on the face, letting the shoulders gently drop away from the ears, creating a nice tall line for the breath to travel up and down the spinal column. So as you inhale, you feel the expansion of the rib cage and the filling of the belly. And then as you exhale, you just draw it all up and out. So maybe that requires a deeper breath than you might have taken all day. It's okay, because you're here, it's now, and you're offering yourself the opportunity to take in creative, fresh new breath and to release stale, stagnant, old ideas or beliefs. It's just so awesome to feel the expansion and to also recognize the release, because that's what life is, a series of putting yourself out there and then letting go of all of the things that you've attached to the idea of putting yourself out there. So this is week 12 of the 12 laws of the universe. Yeah, we started that 12 weeks ago, and I thought, wow, 12 weeks. It's a very long time. It's it's 3 months, 4 weeks in a month. And here we are on the other side of that. So time passes. Anyway, we may as well take the trip, make the journey, focus our attention, put ourselves in the direction of those things that are most important to us, because time is going to pass by anyway. So we started a long time ago with the law of oneness. We talked about vibration and manifestation and things like the transmutation of energy, relativity, and rhythm. And, it brings us to the 12th law of the universe, which is the law of gender. And you might be thinking gender, like gender identity. Not really. It's more like gender energy. So we have the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And both of them live inside of us. So part of our energetic body is made up of characteristics or qualities of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So take a nice deep inhale and just let that settle with you for a moment. So it doesn't matter necessarily the gender identity, it's how are you recognizing the energy and where are you utilizing it to best serve you. So we often think about the divine feminine as being receptive and inward looking, or the energy flows inward in the divine feminine. And remember, it doesn't matter what gender you are or what gender you identify with, we all have this. So the introspection or the inward understanding is derived from your divine feminine energy. The divine masculine is more action oriented and outward flowing. So that's the push, that's the action, that's the doing. And that comes from the divine masculine energy inside of you. We need both. We need it all. We need to be introspective and exploratory and creative in our imagination. And then we also need the impetus, the push, the ability to take the action on it. So if you find that you're kind of moving in circles and not ever finding that next step forward, you ask yourself to tap into that divine masculine energy that allows you or gives you the courage to step forward. We all have it. And if you're taking action and continuing to push without ever pausing and noticing and recognizing, then maybe you need to look at the divine feminine energy or your relationship with your divine feminine to allow you to take those necessary pauses, to trust the creative process, to trust the process in general. So the male energy, the divine male, is related to the right side of the brain, that analytical, thought process, kind of dissecting of things, where the feminine is the left brain, which is the more creative and non-typical, the different type of organization than the left side of the brain. But they both come together. Every single one of us has creativity in some area of our life. Every single one of us has a process by which we organize and carry out our daily activities. Left side, right side. Take a nice deep inhale, fill your body with breath. Let your body absorb the idea that we're finding balance. It's a push-pull. In the yoga practice, each and every one of the postures complement each other. So there's a formula or a flow or a fluidity. And so, for example, an outward facing posture, one of the warrior postures, something where you're looking forward and you're observing what's happening in the outside world, is followed by a forward fold where you are looking inward. evaluation, noticing how you feel, recognizing so that you can be prepared for the next outward step. And then the process comes back inward for the awareness and the recognizing, and then it pushes back out. So it is this divine dance with yourself. You know, the masculine energy dances with the feminine energy. The ego dances with the soul. So if you think of the masculine energy as ego, and task oriented, and the feminine energy is really soul and, you know, fluid and creative. This is the dance. This is how we get things done. We get things done by balancing and accessing all parts of ourself. The universal law of gender is all about the masculine and feminine qualities of the energy inside of your body. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, relax the shoulders, release the jaws, softly, gently tap in. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, just imagine that your body is a host for all of this energy, and all of this energy has purpose, desire, drive. Nice deep inhale. And that purpose drives you towards your most authentic expression of yourself. Exhale, softly, gently release. So we want to allow things to unfold. We want to trust the process. We want to find the balance. We want to know and recognize when it's time to pause and when it's time to push. Because the push and the pause both have equal value. And the only way you know when it's time to push or time to pause is by listening to what's happening inside of you and noticing how you're responding to what's happening outside of you. Ooh, nice deep inhale. And exhale, gently release. So let's think about the inhale as the push. We are pushing the air into the body. Take that nice deep inhale. It's a move of assertiveness. It's a motion that's derived from masculine energy that's allowing you to pull something in. And then think about the exhale as the pause, the release, the moment of reflection. Follow it with the pull in, or the push in, and the pause out. So find your rhythm. Feel the power of your breath entering your body, and also feel the delight in the release. It's amazing when you can just draw your attention to right here, right now, and notice what's happening in your physical body as you pull the air in and gently allow it to release. So if you haven't already, close your eyes, remove the external distractions of the vision from what's happening around you, and just be present in your breath. And let's just take a couple of moments and recognize the process of allowing, the push and the pause. So I want you to imagine a very long time ago that you were an inspiration, that you were a seedling, that you were something that was yet to be created. So someone had a beautiful idea about planting a seed and cultivating that seed and seeing it through all of the challenges and trials and tribulations that were necessary to become. So here you are, a beautiful seed buried deep in warm, moist earth. And you're noticing that you have everything you need to continue to grow. But the space becomes too tight. You've outgrown where you currently are. So you start to become uncomfortable. You find discomfort. So you still have everything that you need, but you're longing for more. So you start to push and press and pull until you create an opening. And that opening creates or allows expansion. So we have the push, and then we have the creativity that arrives from the push. So in this new opportunity or this new space, you're allowed to test things out and grow a little bit more and continue to trust that you have everything you need, but also continue to grow. So as you continue to grow and wind through the moist soil, sometimes it's a little hard and sometimes you have to navigate around things like rocks and tree roots, but you're still seeking something more. And one day you get to this point where you give one last push and everything expands again. So here we are, we're pushing, that's the divine masculine. And then when we push through or have a breakthrough, we have an opportunity to be creative with that, to notice how we feel and what's happening around us. So we have broken through the soil and we have this whole new world to explore. The sky, the feeling of the raindrops that created the moist soil, the warmth of the sunlight, and each and every one of those things allows us to be creative and grow in our own way. And then one day you notice that you have this blossom coming, right? So we need to break open again to bloom, to bloom. We become this beautiful, beautiful expression of our most authentic self, unique to us, unique to us. It's the push and the pause, and it's finding the balance between pushing and pausing. Too much push, we miss things. We push right past the things that we need to notice in order to grow, to become. So we need the pause to feel, to reflect, to look inward. And we need the push to continue to grow. The divine feminine and the divine masculine. Nice deep inhale. And on the exhale, gently release. So you might call this the pause. It's interesting, cause and pause. So maybe in the pause is where you find your cause. But if you're not taking the time to slow down and recognize why you're moving in certain directions and what you're seeing as you're moving, then you're missing the biggest part of the trip, which is the appreciation for the expansion, the push, the breakthrough, which creates the next opportunity, which creates the next breakthrough. Let's practice our breath. We're going to inhale for 7. So let's go and empty the body, come to pause. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa. Take a recovery breath because we're coming back to that. But now that you've tried it once, you have a better idea of how to find that balance. Don't take all the air in the first few seconds. So come to empty. Take a nice deep inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're full. 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty, nice and slow. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find your rhythm. I don't care if it's 7, if it's 4, if it's 6. Use your numbers, find your count. Inhale, pause, exhale. Inhale, pause, exhale. The push, the pause, the release. Begin again. Push, the pause, the release. Begin again. Finding the rhythm, that was last week. Finding the patterns, which was week 4. Finding the oneness and your contribution to the world. Finding the energy in your body, finding the vibration, finding the others who understand the concepts that you seek to better understand yourself. They all lift us up. When we rise, others around us rise. And if they don't rise, they don't stay. But we don't stay small if we know we are able to rise. Trusting the process, knowing that we're whole and complete, knowing that we are perfectly, uniquely ourselves. Knowing that the energy is what we have to offer. It's the exchange. vibrating at the highest possible level, resonating with others who are taking care of themselves and pushing and pausing and allowing and trusting. And come back to our breath. We don't need the stories. We don't need to create them. We do not need to be anyone or anything other than who we are right now. We just have to recognize who that is. We have to polish our light. We have to find our balance. We have to trust that when our instincts say it's time to push or forge ahead, we do that. There's a little bit of blind faith in that and a lot of bit of self-trust. You have everything you need. You are whole and complete. And if you doubt that, you return back to your breath and you watch in awe how your body works, how your system is 100% already. Do not need a thing. The only thing we have in this moment is our breath and our decisions, how we choose to respond to what comes next. You are blessed to be you. You are blessed to be here. And it is a blessing right now. So hug yourself, give yourself credit, treat yourself as if you were the most important thing in this moment, because you are. Take a nice deep inhale, fill the body with breath. Just pause with that breath in your body for just a moment. And then part your lips and gently sigh it out. Do that again. Nice deep inhale through the nose, fill the body with breath. Pausing and then parting the lips and gently sighing it out. It's a signal to your body to relax, to let go, to trust the process, to find the balance between the push and the pause. So I hope that you guys will join us again next week. I'm not sure where we go from the 12 universal laws, but I'm sure that we will continue to go somewhere. Thank you and have a great night.